Oh, mic check. We gotta check the mic, check the mic, check the mic, check the mic. Why is the mic not working? Oh, the mic is working. Yeah, we're getting straight into this morning. I'll have to figure out the music and everything later. Market open. It's Friday. We gonna get any volatility? I don't know. I'm gonna find something to listen to. God, I've listened to all this shit too much. I need namby pamby. Take that high one more time. Let's see. Let's go with that one. All right, get a little tunes going on. Back to the charts. Button clicking.
Yo, this is the Fog Hunters, and welcome to the Detour.
Oh, good. Nobody's in here anyway. Oh, Muckin's in here.
Right now, you're tuned in to the Detour Podcast.
Top of the morning, Muckin. Let's get another chart going over here. Yeah, let's just clean that up. So I was hoping for more lift out of this zone yesterday. I'll deal with that in a second. Ah, that's as far as you can make it, huh, homie? Let me get back to working on this. Oh my god, that magnet. Love you and I hate you. Yeah, so I was hoping this guy was going to pull us back above the high up here, but turns out it's pretty bearish to SFP a high. So yeah. So we continue down. You know, there's like a NPOC right here. You know, this was that event from the FOMC meeting. So there's a lot of volume that was traded in here that hasn't been tested yet. This low is megafied important. Let's say that this is a stupid important low. And I think we may actually challenge that low. I think there's a very good possibility of challenging that low. Let's hop back over to this chart. I'm going to turn these jams up in my head. So we did have, oh no, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is the only zone left that's going to hold us back. Like, I think this zone provides lift regardless. Some manner of lift. Might not be a bunch, but it's going to be, it should provide some manner of lift. I just don't currently expect that lift, that it's literally going to like form a low today and then slowly trade its way up to here. It could, but I don't, not something I'm currently anticipating. Yeah, and then so following the leg of price down, you know, we had supply here that's gotten mitigated this morning. The low is weaker than Circus Lemonade. And, yeah, I would expect that outside of an SFP on this, outside of a, you know, little SFP on this to then come back here, I'm currently not expecting this to get broken bullishly. Prior to this should happen first. This should get hit first because it's a weak low, man. With the exception of, like I said, SFP there. Rev, get back down. All right. There's still only one person in the stream. Oh, I'm so lonely. Wait, did I not hit start stream? Yeah, no, I hit start stream. What's happening? Why does it still say waiting? What is happening? Oh.
Dip down and take a drink and feel your water tank. Dip down and take a drink and feel your dip down and take a drink and feel your water tank. Dip down, take a drink and feel your clap liquid spirit. Liquid spirit.
That is so funny. I was I'm glad there's people here. I posted yesterday's link, and then I clicked on yesterday's link, and I was like, man, nobody's in the chat. So hopefully y'all caught that stuff. Good morning to Aaron and Fazan Franchise, Joe Fiscaro post, Barbylicious, Luke Zeldania, Suran. Muckin. Yeah, Muckin, what's up? Let me know if the music volume is inappropriate, as usual. Let's get back into this. Because I do want to talk about this. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. This low's still weak, and we still have strength at this high right here. This is what it is, and lower demand. I'm guessing you guys. Muckin was the only person over there. God, that really messed my head up. Okay. What the hell was I gonna say? God, there's a lot of things to say. Well, it's Friday. You know what I mean. I never expect much out of a Friday. That's one thing I'll say. Boom. Okay, so let's talk about this guy. So I kind of mentioned. Let's get back to the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so, I had mentioned, like a long, out of here, I was hoping for this guy, and that didn't happen, right? And that is what it is. I did take this trade, I did take profit out of this trade, and I did okay on it, and then, when we get into, let's drop down into some lower time frame stuff, I just want to explain my logic on this, right? So, as it... kind of like broke up above this high. It had a fairly aggressive V-shaped return to it. I was like, okay, so if we are going to continue, I was like, it should be from this zone or it should be from this zone right here. Now, when I saw that price hit this zone, came up for 20 minutes, and then turned around and took the low. Yeah, this part right here. Came up for like 4 5-minute candles, and then it fell down and it took the low. I was like, okay, that demand is not working, right? So let's drop down to like the 1 minute. Nope, get back to where you were. So I go, okay, this demand is not working. This demand failed to set a higher high. Okay. Fell to a new low. I watched it build this stuff up. And then that spike of a wick SFPing the prior high, I was like, okay, if we're about to break structure here, then I have a high probability that price is coming here. I also was like, okay, if this doesn't work, then it's going to be this down here. So I had a high probability of achieving this low right here and this lower demand right there. Continue to walk you guys through my thought process in here. Bruh. So from there to like the center line of demand, I already had a 3R. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Even to this low here, it's like, okay, that's a 1R. Little scalp, not so attractive, but again, I was working off the theory that if it isn't this, then it's got to be this. So I saw a 3R there, and I said, let's go ahead and get a handle on that thing, right? Because I also was aware of this, right? And I was like, okay, so we already SFP'd the prior session's high. If indicators want to work for me, they rarely do. No, we're not gonna. Bruv. Sessions, please. You're so annoying sometimes, TradingView. Right, so we took the prior trading ranges high with a shallow SFP. It did send us down to the low. We broke the low. That was within deviation. But I also had to ask myself, okay, is this the lower high for the lower low, right? And so that was another reason of interest in here. Which doesn't do anybody any good because I wasn't. Just wanted to talk about it for a second. Okay, what do we got here? Trolling is going down, man. Music is perfect. Good. All right. Happy Friday. Fine. Maybe. Let's see. What's some other things that I want to talk about today? I'm just going to forewarn everybody that I'll give it like a week or two, depending upon how I feel. But I will not be streaming publicly on YouTube anymore. And be going back underground to the Alexo Disco. I always want to say disco. To Alex's server. There'll still be the regularly scheduled programming. It'll just go out via private links. So just a heads up to everybody. I never really wanted to. I never wanted to be a public YouTube streamer, and I tried it, and I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. So keep that in mind. If you enjoy my content and still want to follow me, you'll know where to find me. I'll still be out there. let's set an alert here. I need one here regardless, because this is going to be the first point in time that any of this structure is really going to go bullish, right? Like, you have some structure that exists between this high and the current low, and that has had some manner of a bullish flip in it, but that's only relative to the price action from here to here, as far as I'm concerned. This is the high that is relative to the price action, yeah, to like all this. Yeah, I mean, at least from here to here, this is the most important high relative to that price action. And then from here to here, I would say that that is the most relevant high. In other words, if we break this high, right, I went too far. If we break this high, well, then I would suggest we're going to hit this before we hit this. Just the same as if we broke this high, I would suggest that we are going to hit this before this. And so until we break this high, I suggest we hit this. Just a like a order of operations, if you will. Post, what? You're not in Alex's server anymore? I thought that's where. I thought you was up in there. Thought you was up in there, bro. It just is what it is, man. I choose to reprioritize certain things in my life, and yeah, that's my priority. So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, what else do we want to look at? I think we should take a peep at Near, because if Near put in a fair value gap yesterday, and if it isn't going to hold some of its structure right here, it'll probably take a decent tumble today and through the weekend. Was there any significant resistance that we hit on? No? Yeah, see, that's weird though, because when I look at this chart, I still feel like it should hit here, like today or some shit like that. But this outline, can it go away? I'm sure it can. We don't need this anymore. Whatever it is, it's dead to me. I think one of two things. I think we're gonna have we got a couple of options on this chart, in my opinion. First is just gonna be some sort of SFP deviation below the low. Target back up to the high of the range, be it this guy. But let's face it, I mean, like, it's so logical that if you're gonna hit this, you're gonna hit this. That's got nice R's to it. This would be the bullish response. You've already formed some manner of 15-minute structure in the sense that this low created this high, and this low has been touched again. So even though I think it would be an absolute fucking rug pull and complete hogwash to not hit 3.136, I think that would be absolute fucking hogwash. It could happen, right? Could return up and break this. Trouble is you do have supply right on top of that, so I get another idea when it comes to this. An SFP of this high into supply to come back down and break this low. There's no reason to SFP this high here to come back down to this low, not to break it. I just don't think that that's the way it's going to work. Yeah, a short out of here is entertaining. Yeah, I think I'd target back down to there. And then if we just fall from here, right? Just start falling from here. Then yeah, then I'm gonna basically I'd be looking to retest this area of price here. For a drop down to a similar target. It's 3 different ideas on near. Oh, we never changed the, we gotta crank up some opacity on these. Some people were saying they couldn't really see these positions well on my screen. I keep everything so dim because I'm obsessive about being able to see candles. But we're gonna crank this up a little bit for everybody. And then this one would be, yeah, an SFP on that low. Those are 3 near ideas I like. What do you guys got for me? Ah, got your post. I see you. I see you. Well, I'll miss you, buddy, but it is what it is. Peaky shorter on 247 on Sol. Let's peep at Bitcoin again. Interesting. Interesting. Look, Bitcoin, you're still in supply though. You're not like super impressing me. We've covered that this to me only means this, and that can still very well SFP, and then I really don't have anything to get excited about until we can break above it. Okay, so let's take a look here. What the fuck did I miss on this? Oh, duh. 247. Yeah, if you can get there, that's a shortable zone. I like it. Let's clean up here a little bit, not a lot of bit. Kind of bizarre because we did initiate up here. But yeah, and like, it's just kind of an odd look on Sol. It's sort of an odd look. Like, a 15-minute structure was holding all the way until there. Just odd to see that I would have expected something to look more like an SFP there than it does. So whatever, it is what it is. Let's get all this stuff off of here. Double check that zone. Yep, that zone's still good. That zone's still alive. 247. I feel like yeah. Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about this. So you definitely have a supply range between 245.77 and 248.38. Statement, and inside of that you do have a little bit of a juicier zone between 247.6 246.29. It's not going to be able to live up there very fast, okay, or very long. You're going to be breaking. You could break some structure bullishly to get there, right? That's yeah, like you damn near have to break your 15-minute structure bullishly to get there, unless your 15-minute close starts to look more like this. Right? Unless you have a 15-minute candle that looks a little bit more like that, then you have a break a 15-minute structure there. So now, don't get me wrong, like, with you in the sense that there is supply there. You just have to break structure bullishly to get it. And I think there's something before then. I'll find it. The one I like more is in between 243.39, 244.25. You're not breaking structure bullishly to hit that zone. No, you might return your 5, but like barely. That's a shitty looking 5-minute high right there. What is this line? Can that fucking line go away? Yes, it can. Get out of here. Actually, let's put that over to here. That was the other part I wanted to talk about. I'd be paying attention as early as 242.76 for a short. But this is the zone I like the most. Let's include both of them. See what our R's would be. Back to the current low. That's 1.89. What else do we have down in here? Back this off. Get rid of this. Let's check some volume through this area. What do we have right there? There's a 3R there. I think that's a reasonable target. I'm going to put that at 237.92. All done. Just finished Sol. Jen, we're on Sol right now. We just finished it. We kind of like this zone for a short here, but we have to break 15-minute structure bullishly to achieve that zone. And so I'm suggesting something lower. John Foster Crypto, appreciate you saying smash the likes, but honestly, everybody hit the dislike. Oh, you took a cheeky short from around 247. Yeah, well, you took a great short. You took a great short. For this would only be a potential compounding of the position for you. Morning nonstop, thank you. What else we got, guys? What's going on the algo chart? We got a decent... No, it's actually a pretty shitty scalp off of algo yesterday. Honestly, it seemed pretty clear that it was going to run all of that and hit this to me yesterday, because I wasn't going to bet against structure. Nope, sure wasn't. But let's refresh our perspective on this chart. Primary upward structure looks like it is beginning to fail. In your bottom here, it's actually a nice little Model 2 accumulation. Right, so primary structure not looking super healthy at this point. What do I mean by this shit? In the event that I'm not overly clear, to me, if you break this, it's trying to run this low down here. All right, let's take a look at closer price action here and see what we can find. I'm just grabbing charts that were already open on my tabs. If you guys have anything you're more interested in, I am more than happy to take a look at that. Bitcoin, what are we doing over here? All right, so did we? Oh, bro, you're so weak. Come on, man. That's the best you fucking got. What a loser. In the event that this area doesn't hold here, which doesn't seem to be receiving a very bullish response, we can kiss our weak low goodbye. In the event that we do see some pull up out of there, I would still look in this area. I'm already short, so these are not things I have to worry about. But WPO3 daily. Cool. We'll take a look at that one as well. Let's knock out. Somebody had something else first. Sui. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, market structure videos are pretty good. I honestly think I did a fairly shit job on them myself, but you know, hey, I did what I could, and so shouldn't hate on myself too much there. Shit, what are we looking at, Sui? Sui. Yeah, the one thing I like about my style of TA is I feel like it is able to keep things pretty simple for me. Okay, so yesterday we knew we were trading into resistance on Sui, right? Like we knew that to be a case. Yeah, I mean, first long I see inside at this point, because this didn't work, is 3.6537. Let's clean it up and see if we can find a short, though. I don't think it's going to give you a lot to work with. Let's check our 15, see where we lost that. All right, so we lost our 15 here. Back tested this supply. Yeah, break a new low. That's been mitigated. Break to new low, not mitigated. So the zone between 3.8258 and 3.7763 would be the zone I would be currently interested in for scalp short down into these regions. Where's our 3R at? 3R's right there. We do have a nip of demand left in the bottom of this low here that we probably need to be aware of. I kind of want to include both of these candles. Rough. I look to target that low for sure, and then I'd look to target this as well. Now, it may go further. But this section of price action here for me is pretty sexy. That caused this break. I don't want to necessarily anticipate from this like a lower low kind of thing. Could happen that way, but I would rather anticipate massive turbulence in this zone. I'd rather anticipate massive turbulence there. So the longs are in here. If there's a long to be had, it's in here. Let's take a look at some volume through the area. Come on, bro. Yeah, let's aim in this POC area here. Yeah, something along those lines. And it's a big question mark for me for higher high. I think on something like this, like let's say price falls here first. Like this is so a target then. Now if it mitigates this and then comes down, then that high that mitigated this supply is a target. And there's no real way for me to say that on text. So this is all that's going to get posted. Okay, so we did Sui. Now we're going to look at W and a PO3. PO3, and he said daily, didn't he? Tommy Lee, PO3 daily. So here's where I'm gonna assume you're looking, and let's go through this together. This being your like accumulation kind of zone, and then that would have to make this your manipulation, and then you'd be looking to something like this for expansion. Is this more or less what you no, not that. Green. Give me a green box, bro. Give me a goddamn green box, bro. Is this something that you have in mind here? Yeah, we can hit up H-bar and render. What up, Jod Honey? Is this kind of what you had in mind here, Tommy? Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look closer then. So the first thing I would say is about that. Let me get a couple undos on here. It's the distance beneath this that makes me a little bit concerned. You see how like this is it's like a whole nother 50% down there to the lows. If we compare that to like the H-bar chart real quick, and then we'll get, oh wait, no, I need to leave that up. Let's get back over here. H-bar, 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 come to me, H-bar. I don't know why, but I can never find my H's. H-bar, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you know, was a little bit different in the sense that from this high to this low, we had a couple of things. A, we were within inside of what I would consider deviation. B, we had demand underneath us. So it's a little bit of a different presentation on W. But that's not to say that there's anything necessarily bad about trying to find a trade on W. I'm just comparing the concept of a PO3. If it is one, it's a pretty doggone dirty one. What I like more for a PO3, and you'll hate me for it, what I like more for a PO3 was actually this. A, it's inside of the deviation threshold. No, wrong button. B, you formed a miniature range down here, and you took the low of it. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. And then you expand back to that high. Right, so actually, that to me is a cleaner PO3. Now, is this a PO3 that's like in... Is it a PO3 inside of a PO3? Maybe. All right, let's take a look here. So things would have gotten pretty damn bullish here, right? Things would have gotten pretty gosh dang bullish here. So let's get in here and let's focus up. Okay, so here's the first thing I'm gonna say about this. A, lose this low, and the chances of taking out this low here are a high probability, right? So this is a strong low, and the high is currently weak, and we like that. Let's just make it big. Let's just make it big and proud. So that low is strong, and the high up here is currently a weak high. We got a WH, and we have a SL. Okay, cool. We got great information to work with. Now, in the bottom of this range, we have demand. So I think what we're looking for here, bro, you were way too loud for me. You got to chill out there. I'll take the bold ones on the strong and weak highs, but give me the thin one there. So here's what I'm going to propose. If this asset is to remain bullish, and the strong low is to hold, and the weak high is destined to be smashed through, then you want to trade the discount of this range. And there's demand in the discount of that range. Here we've broken, we are losing structure. Here we are retesting supply. This is answering the question of, is demand or supply in control? So, you know, you break down, this was the best support you had right here on this leg up. That was the best support you had. The rest of this is dog shit. Dog shit. It's all dog shit. Clear down to, I don't even know if that's going to work. I don't even know if that's going to work. I think the area I like the most is this guy right here. That's the one we're going to emphasize. So, if you don't want to just sit around and park your hands under your ass until we achieve the discount of the zone, I would be looking at it through this lens currently. And I would say, okay, you know, you broke 15-minute structure. You popped a swing high. We do have a weak high up there, but the structure of the leg up is failing. And the demand left in the leg is not really working. Supply is gaining control. So I would really prefer to look at it from this perspective here. You could still cover all of that supply and I think provide yourself a 3R down into the discount of this range and back into demand. And we had something else after that, right? H-bar and render. Okay, bro, this big old box, you gotta get out of my way. Okay, so whatever happens to Bitcoin is going to happen to this. You had the same sort of FOMC kind of area. You had the same break up from that area. You have demand down in here that hasn't really been retested, which is the equivalent of, let's get to 15-minute here. That's the equivalent of this area on Bitcoin, right? Generally equivalent of that area on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin holds here, H-bar holds here. Let's clean this demand up. How are we going to clean this up? All this shit's a mess in here. So if H bar is meant to take this high out before taking this low out, then I would suggest that this is the zone that would do that. And again, that would mean that Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. You're not really going to have a structure break on this right down here. This low here has to go again, or structure is not going to be on your side. Yeah, let's keep it on the lower time frames. We have upward structure fail, we did. Now you're trading straight into demand. This one's going to be a lot harder to get a 3R. I think in order to plan a short trade on this, you're going to have to make the assumption that this zone from FOMC is not going to hold onto either asset. Where were we? H bar. No, yeah, H bar. And so we should plan along out of here, just like we did on every, on some of the other things. We should plan along out of here as well. Let's go ahead and put it here. That's a 3R, right? Yep. We gotta do render next. Talk to me, render. Oh. Say less. Rev, get on the wick. SFP off of that high, test a little bit of supply. Could give you a 3R down into the same area that we're being cautious about on everything. We're gonna revise this short idea here in a second. Let me just get a long concept on here. It's my revision to the short idea on render. And ANA I think is next, and then we'll go back and take a look at Nier. We had some thoughts on Nier earlier. I just want to move this, please. These are the Nier thoughts we're working with. But that's not what we were doing. We're doing Nine. Yeah, what's going on with that? I still feel really good. I felt so good about that chart yesterday when I was looking at it. It's not gonna. Is it gonna just fall apart? I feel like there's something here. I feel like there's something right beneath this low. Fuck. Do I get out of bar replay again? Nope. Okay, I lied. That's okay though. Yeah, let's feel pretty good about that. Let's take a look at our local shit a little closer. My problem right here is I don't like this wick, because I actually really do like the deviation below this low. And the return to like 10-minute structure bullish here. I actually do like this. But this tells me that there was a lot of shorts that got filled. And they were sitting in a fair value gap. It's kind of an odd place. If it would have been this, I think that would have made a little bit more sense. I would I don't think I want to talk about longs currently until above here. Yeah, I really don't. Right now I'm much more interested in talking about a short out of this area. Yeah. Currently more interested in that. Top of the morning, Mr. Alex Hill Crypto. Thanks, bud. We're gonna go back in Soon, huh? I never heard of a coin named Soon. Let's go take a peep at Bitcoin real quick, see how that's been progressing. And then we'll go take a look at, what were we doing? Oh, we were gonna re-peek at near. Oh wait, maybe we already did re-peek at near. Okay, and then Soon, huh? I don't know anything about cups or handles. That much I can tell you. Okay, I see what you. Okay, well, when it's that obvious, then yeah, you have to give some fucking credence to it. Huh? Never mind, my bad. Okay, I get it. Jibucko. God, you have the tiniest fucking order block in here. I wouldn't give this any credence. These are the first two things that come to mind. All right, so as it stands right now, it's interacted with this piece of demand after doing its little Bart Simpson. It has a fair value gap above it. Let's take it from here to here. This is demand that it's in right now, right? It doesn't look like the strongest of demand, and I'm seeing more top side wicks than bottom side wicks so far. Nah, it's about equal. It's about equal. So in the event that it were to continue to go north, back into supply, like through the fair value gap and back into supply, I think this is a decent area to expect that. I just don't know if I trust it off the first break here. I think I'd almost rather see it break again. And I'd like to see some confidence in this break. And then retrace back into newly formed demand. It's not there yet, so we're not going to draw it. And look for a run up to supply. Yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on soon. Popcat, bro? We going hard on Popcat? Is that a real thing? Let's go take a look at Popcat. How are we doing on time? How are we doing on Bitcoins? Ooh, did you SFP that high again, you little dirty dog, you? What are we doing? Oh, Popcat. We're gonna look at Popcat. That matters. Okay, so we have like bullish, probably 4-hour structure, but daily still looks somewhat bearish. What's happening at this low down here? Where is that relative to this? Okay. It's not hateful. Here's your problem. First I was like going, well, wait a minute, okay, so we lost 4-hour there, but like, man, we really initiated above this high. True, all of which is facts. But you just lost structure again. So there's demand here. Part of it's down here after full fill of the fair value gap. So far looking very much like supply is still in control. Unmitigated supply is here. You have to change structure bullishly to get there. I'll say it again. If there's a long to be had on Popcat, it's going to be from the same area that FOMC junk. And that's a big if for me. think I just aim for supply at this point. Yeah, until then, I would look to follow this down. Kind of shit rest reward. Oh, that's funny. Well, you know, here we are, bro. I mean, Popcat happened anyway. What do we want to run XRP? I'm fucking such an XRP nerd, bro. Does not count near. It does not count. What are we doing XRP? How dare you, Pizzle? Well, we still have plans for this, right? Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, XRP is 100% in this area right now, right? This area, this FOMC area. It's here. It's a high cap. It's not responding bullishly to this zone. God damn. Three hours 297. But why not just fucking yank all those? Take it down to the range low. And let's look for a long out of here. If we weren't down so far, I'd have added to my short. Alex, I took the cheekiest. I don't even know if he's still in here. Alex is probably not in here anymore. I think he just comes by to say hi. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Gear, I don't know. You give me a coin and I just get excited to practice. What do we skip over? ETH? I'm pretty sure we skipped over ETH. Doge? I think we skipped over that. Let's go take a look at those.
Wait a minute, I'm recording.
Oh yeah, I was thinking. I remember putting this on my chart yesterday, going, if there's a long, it's here.
Yo, this is the Funk Hunters, and welcome to the Detour Podcast.
And I'll bet that they're being heard on every radio telescope on the entire Earth.
Right now, you're tuned in to the Detour Podcast.
Look at those topside wicks, though, homies. The bold claim. Yeah. It's like a, like a 3R target here. Just make it this low. We can look at ENA again. Ooh. Run this jam up. AVAX. Well, don't you look bullish today, AVAX? We have an initiation. We lack any manner of mitigation prior to continuation. It's the very first things that come to my head when I see the chart. Get on the damn wick, homie. Homie, get on the damn wick, homie. This box is too big. Go away. So AVAX is going to need to hold this zone or run back to that high. Where did our 15 break? Where did our 15 break? Here. Which means that, to me, that we're going to need to see some manner of 15-minute... God, you need at least 5-minute structure to flip. And be careful of an SFP in these regions. I'd look at the high too. Is that our mitigation zone? We got more planes on this. I am not done. Fucking far from it. Oh. Let's just go ahead and cover both of those ideas with one. That escalated quickly. Yes, Gear, 100% what you said. I don't care how much. I don't care how much price moves. It makes no difference to me. That's why you see people like me and Alex primarily trade Bitcoin, right? A lot of people will trade altcoins going like, oh man, like the move there is so much further. Meanwhile, Bitcoin only moved like 7.75%, right? None of that matters. All of that is irrelevant. It is all about the risk to reward. The only relevant thing is this number. That is the only relevant thing. And when you risk 1% of your account, that number represents the percentage that your portfolio is going to increase. That your portfolio increases, right? Your portfolio will increase by 3%, risking 1%. If you're risking 2%, it will increase by 6%. I only risk 1%. Yeah, no, it has absolutely leverage is irrelevant. Leverage simply defines a liquidation point. And the R multiplier is the only thing that matters. Without proper position size calculations and a high focus on R multipliers, then you don't get the math on your side, right? If you're taking 3 to 1 risk to reward trades, you don't even have to win half of them to maintain profitability, right? But that is only in the event that you are calculating position size correctly, right? If you're not doing that, then all the numbers fall apart. All of them fall apart. And calculating position size is very easy. Put your portfolio size in the long position tool, define how much you're going to risk, right? So I've got a $1,000 portfolio, I'm going to risk 1%. So on AVAX, for me to take a 3R trade, if I was just going to hypothetically take it in this area, 3R trade, $1,000 portfolio, 1% risk. Oh, I can't have them both going at the same time. That means that in order to trade this position, it will require 7.874 AVAX. 7.874 AVAX has to be put on the trade. When you'll notice in the exchange, when you are entering margin by asset class and not by USDT, that this number will never change. No matter how much you modify leverage, this number stays the same. Leverage only modifies the US dollar amount or whatever fiat currency that you trade with, right? So it's easy to calculate position size. It's right here for you. You just have to make sure to put that in, right? And then price achieves this level, your portfolio is now 1,030. And then you go for your next trade. What the hell happened there? Bruv, what is happening here? Get it close to that 3, right? Now we have 1,030. We're taking another trade. Our portfolio goes to 1,061. What am I on logarithmic? What is happening? Why is everything being so fucking weird? Now our portfolio is 1,060. We're taking a 3R short. We're now at 1,100, right? Like it's right here for you. All right, it's time that I got to start wrapping the stream up, guys. Okay, so reminder, couple more weeks, I'm going to be public streaming. After that, I'm going to be climbing back into the Otter Cave where I belong. If you're a member of the community, nothing changes for you. Okay? But me and my days of public streaming, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Yeah, you guys will know where to find me. I'm still be on for, I'll probably stream public like at least all next week or something like that. And then as we get into the tail end of the bull market, you're just going to find me underground hustling in the Discord server. Yeah, fuck it, I'll say something else too. Keep a trading journal, right? And track. Obviously, you're wanting to track your wins, your losses, why you took the trade, why you chose your invalidation, whatever, right? Blah 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 blah. If you're struggling to maintain profitability in your trading, I'm going to highly encourage that you take a look at destructive forces in your life. Negative, destructive forces in your life. Okay? It's something that people don't often consider when they're using their trading journal. What has your mindset been like, right? Have you been feeling pumped on life? Have you been happy? Has your heart been full of love? Has it been full of inspiration? Has it been full of happiness? How have you felt? And if you have not been feeling good, see if you can correlate that in your trading journal at all. And if you're struggling for profitability and you've watched hundreds of hours of strategies, you've tested the market, you've tried all these different things, you've studied your tail off, and you are still struggling, I'm going to highly encourage you to take a deep, close, hard look at the destructive forces in your life. Okay? Snap around, I thought somebody was sneaking up on me. There's God over there going, preach, bro. You have to take a look at the destructive forces in your life, right? What you're attempting to do, I would hope, by coming to these markets, is to do something constructive, okay? But if your life is full of destructive influences, then you're pushing water uphill, okay? And I'm sorry, I don't want to be like Papa Brewberry or whatever, but you do. I'm becoming more and more convinced by the days that that is what is the defining factor. And that's what I'll leave you with, all right? Hey, thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I truly hope that you tell the people that you love them this weekend, right? They cannot hear it enough from you. You cannot say it enough. Every moment in your life that you spend loving something, showing appreciation towards something or someone, is every moment in your life that you are not spending time doing something constructive, okay? If you literally spend your entire day, every moment of it, loving those around you, appreciating everything, being grateful, helping people, you are literally spending none of your time doing something negative and destructive. It's a pie chart, right? Take care of your pie chart. Where is your time going and how is it serving you? You guys have a fantastic weekend. Might see me in the Discord. Maybe not. I might just be out touching grass, taking my own advice, loving the people near me. And thanks for joining me, man. Have a good one.